The 5-2 Los Angeles Rams coming back off of their bye to host the 1-7 New Orleans Saints. This game kicks off at 1:05 p.m. LA time. That is local at SoFi Stadium. This game will be televised on Fox. Fox does get the single, so not a lot of area for this one. The Rams and Saints in the yellow zones on your screen. Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma will be on the call. Obviously not a major area. Chicago, for some reason, wanted to check out the Rams. And then we go all the way up in California to, what is that, Fresno and all that good stuff. And then obviously that pocket near New Orleans. So check it out there, your local listings. Obviously, there's plenty of ways to watch football games. So I know sometimes people get mad that I do these. I don't know why. Whatever, it's fine. But for you bettors, Rams minus 14.5 for this game. The money line minus 11.50. Don't even. It's not your. That's just money. I guess you get a couple nickels for putting some cash on the money line for the Rams there. But the over under 43.5. If you dive a little bit further into those numbers, by the way, the Rams 29.5 and Saints 13.5. So the Vegas and the sports books don't think that this is going to be a super close game. We do have our pants picks, by the way, but you know what? The Rams for sure hate this game. They gave us the pants today, but I will rest assured, I will also lock in that I did get it wrong, and I'm the only one that got it wrong. I'm okay with it. The royal jersey will be sticking with the soul pants. You can see that Tuna, Peo, and Rams House all did get it correct with the soul pants. I went with Bone in the spirit of Halloween. I'm the only one feeling festive, I guess, this week, but whatever. But I'm also wrong, so I guess there is that part. Whatever. What can you do about it? So, but pants picks. It's too late to participate because they gave us the pants already. I don't know why they don't just do the 24-hour thing. I don't know why we got to know so early. What's up, Rams and social media teams and stuff? What the heck? Ruining my game. We really might have to can it if they're going to literally give us the pants before I can even do this segment. Whatever. Matchup history. This is the 81st all-time meeting between these two teams. The Rams do lead the all-time series 45-35. Rams won the last 2 and 4 of the last 5 against the Saints. Last time these teams met was December 1st of 2024, just last year. 21-14 win for the Rams. That was in New Orleans. The first ever game between these two came on September 17th, 1967. That was the year both my parents were born. Shout out. That was a 27-13 win for the Rams, also played in New Orleans. If we look at Saints at the Rams do lead that all-time series 24-16, the most recent being December of 23. The Rams did win that game. Last time the Rams lost to the Saints at home, they called the Edward Jones Dome home. That was in 2009, which doesn't count. Everybody beat the Rams that year, so whatever, dude. And also a really close game, so we almost had them. Almost had win number 2 on the year, man. But Rams have won the last 5 when hosting the Saints. The most notable would probably be the completely cleanly called NFC Championship game in the 2018 season, where the Rams won it in overtime, went on to play in the Super Bowl. I use the term play in the Super Bowl fairly loosely there. Take a look at what we're kind of looking for in this game. On the Saints side, Tyler Shough, dude. Bad luck Shough getting the game, the start, his first career start. He was the second-round pick, 40th overall to the New Orleans Saints this past draft. He did come in for a chunk of their game last week. That was a 23-3 loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Did get a little slice of action against the Seahawks as well. He was 17 of 30, 128 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, was sacked twice. Spencer Rattler was definitely doing, I think, a really good job of protecting the football. I think that overall, I've never been super high on Spencer Rattler. That goes back to his college days where just the ego did not match the production level whatsoever. He was talking like he was one of the best ever, but it was like, you're only okay. What are you doing here? So I was kind of out of him there, but to start the season, I think that he was actually playing really well. And then he hit a stretch there because he had 1 turnover for a really long time, and then hit a stretch there was 5 or 6 quarters where he just could not stop turning the ball over. And then the team, Kellen Moore obviously decided to make the switch and go over to rookie Tyler Shough. So it does seem like Spencer Rattler's time as the starter probably done. I mean, you got to look at a 1-7 team making a quarterback change at this point in time. And obviously, it's probably not realistic that they would go back to Spencer Rattler. It's like, okay, we've seen what he can do. The rest of the season's Tyler. See what he can do, kind of thing. I know that they have can't remember their other quarterback right now off the top of my head, but they do have somebody else as well. They could technically get in some reps, but I don't know, man. But either way, I don't know. It's to me, man. It's like he's getting his first career start on the road against one of the NFC's best teams off of a bye week, who, like, Sean McVay and the Rams do incredible off the bye week. It's at SoFi, bye week. It's like, against a really, really good like, dude, what a tough spot to put your guy in, man. Like, and I know that there's never a perfect time. There's never a perfect time to do it, but it feels like this is for sure not the time. You know what I mean? Like, Tyler Shough gets his first career start against Jared Verse and Byron Young. Dude, I'm excited, but I mainly just feel bad for this guy, man. That is almost rude to do, man. I don't know. On the field, though, I mean, he looked like a guy getting his first action last week. So maybe this week is going to be a little different. Maybe, he's got a week to prepare, so maybe it could get a little interesting here, but tough, dude. Kellen Moore, what are you doing to your dude there, man? That's absolutely, that's harsh, man. I don't know. Either way. Also, speaking of Kellen Moore, first-year head coach Kellen Moore, dealt a pretty tough hand with the roster. They're not super terrible, but there's something that just isn't really clicking with the Saints right now. So tough task for Kellen Moore to come in and try to do it. Obviously, you knew coming in that you didn't have a quarterback. You addressed it by getting somebody in the second round, which is not necessarily something that solidifies your position group or anything like that, unless it's one of those guys. Tyler Shough, I don't know if he is. We'll see. But either way, that's kind of just tough business. He's just trying to do some evaluations right now, but not in the conversation for coaches possibly losing their job, at least not yet. I don't anticipate that he would lose his job this year. It does feel like no matter what was going to happen this year, he was going to at least be able to stick around. So pretty chilly seat for Kellen Moore. At least all signs indicate that. But obviously they want to win more games, but more importantly, it's like seeing who is worth keeping around and who's keeping you near the bottom of the league, who's not putting any effort in there, who's coming out every single week to play some football. You know what I mean? So that's up for Kellen Moore to decide and do his evaluations. But it does kind of seem like it's an evaluate and develop kind of season for the Saints. Foster those who are, wanting to be there and wanting to see a turnaround, and feel free to move on from guys that aren't. I mean, it really is, you really can be that simple sometimes. I think we've seen that with many rebuilds, Rams included. I mean, when Sean McVay came in, it was like, okay, you can go. Like, it was like, but you're staying for sure. Todd, yeah, you're staying, dude. Aaron, yeah, you're staying. It was kind of that kind of situation. So we saw it ourselves, and Kellen Moore very well could be that kind of guy to pull that kind of thing off. He's definitely not a Sean McVay, but I think he is a really good coach. They've got a decent coaching staff out there, but again, just put in a tough spot. Defense is actually playing pretty decent as well. That offense, though, just seems to really have no sparks flying out there. Let's take a look at the Rams side, though. 5 home games, 5 road games after the bye, so that's kind of nice. But 4 of the last 6 are on the road, so it will turn not good eventually. But either way, the bye week for the Rams has been, it's just such a reset week. You know what I mean? Like, we got to see a game where we didn't have Puka Nacua, so instead we saw a lot of 13 personnel instead, which I absolutely love to see, that we can make those kind of adjustments. But I'm sure the time off, there was a lot of evaluating, and I would expect the Rams to come out in this game a little bit more energized, a little bit more solidified in what they want to do, a little bit more clarity in how they would like to attack. And I say that because that's just kind of what we typically see when it comes to Sean McVay and a bye week. It seems like that is the week where you kind of pull back a little bit, zoom out, and kind of just evaluate what you need to do and where you're kind of headed. So I do believe that that's where we're at. Bad luck for the Saints getting the Rams off of a bye. That's all I'll say. Chris Shula, by the way, also getting a rookie quarterback to go against. I kind of talked about this already, but sorry about it. Bad luck, Shough, dude. Bad luck, Shough. First career start, welcome to LA. Have you met Jared and Byron? Oh, don't worry, they'll introduce themselves. You will, dude, you will. Shout out, Tyler. Shout out. As I was looking through the roster here and the coaches on the Saints, I picked out a few names that sounded familiar. As far as the coaches go, Scott Linehan, former Rams head coach. He is a senior offensive assistant for the Saints, and then Brandon Staley, defensive coordinator for the Saints. So we obviously saw him. He was 2020 was his last year as a Rams defensive coordinator. Was that his only, or was he for 2? I don't know. There was a stretch there where we couldn't keep a coordinator to save our lives, and I think that Staley was one of them. Out. Obviously, he got the Chargers job after being DC for the Rams. Players that looked familiar to me: wide receiver Brandon Cooks going full circle, just getting traded for #1 picks all over the league, and then ends up back in New Orleans. Gotta love that. Defensive lineman Jonah Williams. We obviously saw a good chunk of him, and then safety Terrell Burgess as well. So Burge, man, I haven't seen anything from Terrell Burgess in a while. It was kind of like I almost like thought he was out of the league. I saw him sitting there. He's a backup on the safety, but solid player. Like the guy. Jonah Williams as well. Brandon Cooks as well. I don't know, man. That's a good slate there of some former Rams. I like it, man. I like it. Let's take a look at the matchup of this game. On the offensive side here, the Rams offense going against that Saints defense. The Rams have a top 7 offense right now, 370 a game, while the Saints give up 331. That is 13th in the league passing the ball. 3rd ranked unit for the Rams, putting up almost 257 a game. And Saints defense is actually top 10 unit when covering the pass, ranking 9th with giving up 196 a game. Running the football, the Rams are 22nd here, about 103.5, while the Saints give up 124.3. That is 20th in the league. Rams put up 25 points a game. That's tied for 11th. And the Saints give up 26.1. That is 24th. And on 3rd down, the Rams convert 37.7% of theirs. That's 21st. And the Saints give up 36.8. That is 12th in the league. So actually pretty decent as far as the 3rd down goes. And then against the pass. But I also don't think that there's a whole lot of need to necessarily pass a bunch against the Saints. You have a lot of games where they've had some close games, but they've also had a lot of blowouts where obviously at the end of those, you're kind of skewing the stats a little bit by taking the passing game completely out of the game, especially late in the 4th quarter, stuff like that. So something to keep your eye on. Rams pass attack is absolutely crazy right now. Absolutely love to see that, dude. The passing game with Matthew Stafford is just firing right now. Losing, Puka for that little bit, and then you go into 13 personnel, and then you unlock red zone Devontae Adams out of nowhere. Absolutely love to see that. But just the entire Rams offense is versatile, and that's, kind of how we've built it. So that's not a surprise to anybody. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. That's kind of what we've curated that carefully. You know what I mean? But Saints defense is decent, honestly. Nothing really sticks out as far as production goes. They just play fine, I guess, is kind of what I've seen from them watching them play this year. Fine pass rush. They're decent in coverage. They have a decent roster. They're just not getting any help from the offense. And they also have no real true explosives. They don't have like where the Jags were leading the league in turnovers and interceptions. You have the Saints just kind of doing okay, So if you can get past them a few times down the field, feels like if you can push the ball all the way down the field 2-3 times, based on what the Saints are doing on offense, probably be all right. Opposing players to watch on the Saints defense. We're going to start with Chase Young, really solid pass rusher. Obviously, he's still a physical freak. Dude is really good at football, but seems to not be playing with as much passion this year, but he can certainly still wreck some plays, man. Chase Young is very physical, very talented, just doesn't have that killer instinct this year. You know what I'm saying? Next up, Kool-Aid McKinstry. A lot of Rams fans were really high on McKinstry coming out of Bama. And, he does lead the Saints in interceptions. That is just with 2. He gets in on tackles on run plays. He, gets in there on TFLs and stuff like that. I think he's got 2 or 3. And 7 passes broken up on the season as well. So Kool-Aid McKinstry, obviously athletic, fast, twitchy. He's got good instincts as a corner. So definitely somebody who can take away some guys. But we have some really, really good ones, dude. So it's a tough test for all sides there. And then we'll end with Carl Granderson. He does lead the team in TFLs with 6. He is 2nd in quarterback hits. He also leads the team in sacks, 4.5. So he can certainly get after the pass rusher. He is really solid, man. He can tackle, give you a long day, and give your tackles a long day, all that stuff. So, Carl Granderson. The best one-on-one I'm looking at here is going to be Demario Davis versus Kyren Williams. Davis, obviously, Demario Davis is awesome, great linebacker. Chances this game comes down to the Rams just trying to get out with a win feels kind of big, so K-Dub could be tasked with that scenario, just kind of killing the game as it comes to a close, So I think that is certainly something to keep our eye on. But Davis has played some really strong football. Kyren will have to earn it. Davis, a veteran, talented, smart player. So obviously, when trying to kill the game, I mean, you don't want to go 3 and out and just take 2 minutes off the clock. You want to be able to go, get to second and third and get those, and then, obviously take as much time as you please off the clock. That is the goal. On the Rams side, 3 to see here. We're going to start with quarterback Matthew Stafford. Stafford has been looking like a full-on MVP coming off of the bye week. I'm just excited to see if that, push for MVP and all that good stuff. I know he'll say he doesn't care about it. I'm sure there's a little piece of him that'll be like, yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm sure they're all athletes. They're all competitive. They all want certain things. But, I'm sure, too, there is a lot of truth in the fact that he just wants to win. And if missing out on an MVP means you win football games, I'm sure I don't know who's offering that. That's weird. But it's like that creepy dude in Willy Wonka or something like that. And it's all like, hey. That's my impression of that guy. I don't know where whatever. You get it. But it's I don't know who's offering that deal, but Matthew Stafford would probably take it if you can, win some more football games and give up your MVP caliber season, But yeah, it's he's killing it though, and he's got great weapons to keep on making that push. Stafford might be staring these next 10 games in the face, looking at his best career season as well. He's playing absolutely incredible football. Next up, wide receiver Puka Nacua. Back in action. Gotta love to see that, man. No Puka, no problem. But it's always good to see 12 running around, smiling, doing some of those, all that good stuff, man. So Puka's absence may have unlocked the Stafford to Devontae combo, at least in the red zone. But it's obviously really nice to have him back. Speaking of having him back, Big Rob Havenstein is going to be our last one here. Also returning from injury, Big Rob. He will see the field once again. Warren McClendon. Shout out, dude. McClendon played absolutely awesome at right tackle, filling in for Big Rob, and is kind of making a case for hey, yo, Big Rob, if you want to, go hang out with your family, I can do this kind of thing. He's making his case for that. But either way, it is great to have the last remaining St. Louis Ram back out on the football field in Big Rob Havenstein. So gotta love to see it, man. As far as Rams offense against the Saints defense goes, I think the advantage got to go to the Rams, right? I mean, that feels real. Rams offense felt a little bit different in London. Felt a little bit of something getting unlocked. Who knew that all you needed to do was not have Puka Nacua for your offense to put up the most points it has all year? Crazy, man, crazy. Flip over to the other side of the football here. We'll go to the Saints offense against the Rams defense. So Saints on offense are 26th in the league. They put up about a little over 310 a game. The Rams are about in the middle of the road here, 15th in the league, giving up a little under 230 a game. Passing the football, 22nd ranked pass attack for the Saints offense. Those numbers not going to be accurate, especially with a quarterback change. 201.4 a game, though, and the Rams give up 208.3. That's 14th in the league. Rushing the football, almost 94 yards a game for the Saints offense. That's 28th in the league, even with an Alvin Kamara. Crazy, man. And then the Rams' 14th ranked run defense, giving up about 106 a game. Average points being put up, 16 for the Saints. That's 29th in the league. And the Rams give up 16.7. That is third in the league. And as far as third down conversion rate, 38.8 for the Saints offense. That's 17th in the league. And the Rams give up 34%. That is tied for fourth place in the NFL. Some notes we're looking at here. The Rams defense still second in the league in sacks after having a full week off. You got to love to see that. Rams have given up the third fewest passing touchdowns and are tied for first in fewest rushing touchdowns allowed. So obviously the points, we talked about it there. The Rams on average points given up third in the league. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. It's all the rankings tell you exactly what you need to know about a Chris Shula defense. It's very much don't get beat deep, keep everything in front of you, make a good tackle when you see a spot to attack for a potential forced fumble, for an interception, something like that. Hit it, but don't be dumb. You know what I mean? Don't get absolutely blown away and get have somebody sprinting by you with nobody else back there, kind of thing. And I think the Rams really do a good job of, kind of just picking their spot, letting them do that thing. It's like they're at their own 25. They can get some yards. That's okay. You don't have to shut them down right there. But just pick your spot, and then when it gets to a third and long or anything like that, or you get to the red zone, whatever it happens to be, you're shutting them down and getting off the field, which obviously You love to see. You love to see it, man. But Rams defense, they may be giving up yards, dude, but not points. And sure, we can look at stats all we want to, but stats are so misleading sometimes where you can say, yeah, the Rams have the 15th ranked defense in the league. Does that feel real? To me, no. I mean, if you're asking me, I feel like we're one of the best defenses in the NFL. Yards, sure, but we're not giving up points. And points is the number one stat that they look at. You know what I mean? They look at the end of the game, they're like, hey, who got the more points? It's not like who passed for more yards or anything like that. Otherwise, last week wouldn't have been good. Or the the game in London for the Rams wouldn't have been good. Some opposing players we're keeping our eyes on, of course, Alvin Kamara, incredible running back. Certainly can get it done and will likely be the emergency outlet for Shough a lot all game, especially in his first career start against a defense that tends to sit back and let the pass game kind of unfold and attack it after the ball's caught. So certainly something to keep our eyes on there. Kamara has been involved in some trade talks. Nothing seems imminent, but you never know when you're seeing somebody in their last game for their team. Not saying, just saying, dude. Not saying, just saying. So Alvin Kamara could very well be on the move. We'll see what happens. Chris Olave, wide receiver, extremely solid wide receiver, could definitely get open against the best. The Rams' zone defense will definitely need to keep eyes on Chris throughout his routes. So the pass-offs are going to need to be, on point, stuff like that, because especially in a zone defense, kind of a dream scenario for a rookie quarterback coming in, picking apart a zone. Obviously, the Rams are a good defense, but you can move the ball against the Rams. Just when it gets to third down in the red zone, shut it down. So you gotta score outside of that is what I'm trying to say. You got to score from like the 40 on a second down. Otherwise, it may not happen. And next up, we'll give it to Tyler Shough. The kid is getting his first career start in SoFi Stadium. That's incredible business, man. This is going to be something he and his family talk about forever, and I absolutely love that. Congrats to Tyler and his family. Get to check this one out, obviously. Incredible moment for his career. That being said, I hope Jared and Byron make him wonder if he should have played a different sport. Does that make me a bad guy? Maybe. I don't know. Best one-on-one for this one's going to be Jared Verse versus Kelvin Banks Jr., the left tackle. Verse is a maniac. Sorry about it, Kevin. Sorry about it, dude. You got to deal with the maniac that is Jared Verse all day. It's your job to stop this absolute insane person, though, from getting to your rookie quarterback. Best of luck, dude. That's all. And for your 3 to see on the Rams, oh, that's so funny. I did more offensive players, and then, wait a second. Yeah, I just picked more offensive players, so this is actually not correct. I picked Devontae Adams, Jordan Whittington, and Tyler Higbee. Which is so funny that it's 3 different players. So I'm just going to make this up as we go, all right? So we got, oh, man, that is absolutely hilarious. 6 to see on the Rams' offensive side. First of all, I'll give you those. For Devontae Adams on the offensive side, obviously. I don't know what the heck my brain was doing here, but Devontae Adams, he's going to follow up that 3 TD performance in London, and maybe more fireworks. Puka Nacua back on the field. We'll see what happens. Jordan Whittington with Tutu Atwell getting placed on IR. Witt is expected to definitely be a little bit more featured this week into the offense, so we'll see what happens there. He does fit this offense extremely well. Dare I say better than Tutu? I know that not everybody agrees, but I do. And then Tyler Higbee, lots of attention going to Ferg and Parkey from last week. Fair enough. But don't forget, the Big Rig Hig, still the man. Yeah, that's so funny. I put offensive players for the Rams defense, so I'm just going to go off the cuff here. So we're going to start. You know what, man? I think that with Alvin Kamara at running back, with a rookie quarterback, I think that Nate Landman is definitely number one, enemy of the Saints offense here. Because not only is he going to be, tasked with filling up those run lanes, but also in coverage against Alvin Kamara as well, who is very, very good out of the backfield. So something to keep our eyes on there. I'm not going to say Roger McCreary, and the only reason that I'm not including McCreary here is because I just don't feel like he's going to see a lot of action this week. It's certainly possible, but coming over to the Rams, it's not very regular that we see a newbie come in and contribute a lot immediately. We usually kind of phase them in a little bit like that. So I do think that that's what happens with Roger. So I'm not going to go with him, but give me Darius Williams because Darius Williams has played very, very well these last few weeks. I know he's been dealing with a little bit of stuff after that Saints game, But I think that he's been playing some really, really strong football, man. So I'm excited for Darius Williams as we continue. And then I guess I just talked about the maniac that is Jared Verse and Byron Young. We'll put those guys together because, dude, rookie quarterback, pin those ears back and go murder somebody, dude. Jared and Byron are, I mean, that duo of pass rushers is absolutely absurd, man. Shouldn't even be legal. I feels like, Roger Goodell should need to step in and be like, hey, guys, chill out. And maybe that's what happened with Aaron Donald. Maybe he was like, dude, if you guys are going to draft Jared first, you guys got to get rid of Aaron Donald. That's not fair. Football gods couldn't allow it, dude. That's what I'm saying. As far as the advantage goes here, Rams defense against a rookie quarterback is an easy call. It's a 1-7 team starting a rookie quarterback, his first career start. Easy money there, dude. Easy money. It's not that Rattler looked like a guy to necessarily be concerned about, but the confusing defense that is Chris Shula should be able to mix it up and confuse the rookie enough to get a turnover, maybe a couple, maybe pick six, something like that. Was it Peo has this game marked as his Troy Reader pick six game? We'll see, I guess. I mean, I don't know how confident I am in that pick, but who knows, dude? Who knows? Anything's possible, man. He is our best player. And the biggest key to victory that I'm looking at here, man, is just going to be ball control. The Saints are a 1-win team. Don't do something wild and, try to like something wild or random, try to shock the world. No world shocking needed when you're playing against a rookie quarterback in his first start for a 1-7 football team, man. Just play some clean football, get out with a win. Sure, the Rams should, in theory, win by like 30 points, but will they? Probably not. I told you the spread's 14.5. If I'm a betting man, and I am, I'm going to take the Saints with the points there. I mean, that's too many points for me, especially in an NFL game. It just feels like this game will be a little bit closer to the Ravens game than the Jags game. It just feels like this is like the last game that we really need to kind of take some inventory a little bit and just kind of be like, okay, let's just get out of here with a win. We don't need to pull out trick plays and all your money plays and all this crazy stuff against the New Orleans Saints. You don't need to do it. Get more points than them. Get ready for the Niners next week. You already lost to them. Get ready for the Niners next week. Don't blow this game off. Don't already think about the Niners, obviously. You have a football game to play against an NFL team this weekend, but just do what you got to do. Get out there with a win. Get more points than they do, and just get out. That's very much how I feel about this game. I know everybody wants to see a big blowout here. I just want to see more points than them. That's all. I want that every single week, though. I don't care about blowouts, all that stuff. I know that that's like a big topic right now in the Rams world of like, we got to be able to just beat them up, dude. Just destroy them. Make them wish they never played football. All that stuff. But it's like, just score more than they do, dude. It could be 3-2. I don't care. Just get more points than they. They only give you one win. Every week, you can only get one win. I don't care how much it's by. just more points. And maybe that's also a little bit of me like remembering how bad we used to be. Where if we won by 4, we'd be like, let's go. You know what I mean? So maybe my Rams fan brain has just been a Rams fan too long. And maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just fine with getting out with wins. I don't need the blowout, man. I really don't. It's fine by me, man. All right, that's going to do it for your game preview. We'll have a full game preview for you on Tuna and the Sheriff this Friday, 7 a.m. That show's live, 7 a.m. LA time, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So check us out there. It's streaming live on the First and Tuna Podcast YouTube channel as well as the Ram Showcase Facebook page. So you can check it out all there. Let's see here. We got First Down Rams. That show happens on Wednesday nights with Peo and Rams House, which it does kind of bum me out because this is Wednesday night and this is the night that I've always done my show. So sometimes I can kind of keep them on in the background, but I can't really pay attention now. That's not the point. I'm not like trying. It's not for me, but either way, check them out as well. Wednesday nights for sure. And then Tuna and the Sheriff Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 a.m. LA time. We'll check that out. Big old football game going on this weekend, though, as the Saints taking on the Rams, 1:05 p.m. LA time from SoFi Stadium. If you're going to be there, make sure you take plenty of pictures and all that stuff. I absolutely love to see it. Tuna will be there, so make sure you give him a high five. Tell him that I'm the cooler one on Tuna and the Sheriff. He'll get a kick out of that. It's good stuff. But yeah, that is this weekend. Enjoy the game. I'll also be live ahead of the game as well. We do the live streams as I drive out to go watch some football. That last one was early, dude. Dang.